Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Thanks as always for watching. And today we're going to be talking about Alex Albon and the scenario Red Bull find themselves in with regards to his performance for the minute. It's such a shame to see, I think, because he seems like such a nice guy and he was performing incredibly well for in his Toro Rosso days, hence why he got the seat at Red Bull. But it's just not working out, and it's becoming the point where he's almost underperforming compared to Gasly when Gasly got dropped. I know that Christian Horner is obviously he's putting his arm around him and he's trying to, sort of give him encouragement and everything. But there's something that's just not working in that team. And for a Formula One team where there's millions and millions of pounds riding on it, I don't think that just saying, oh well, you're trying. I just don't think that's good enough in Formula One, basically, like I was saying. So it's an incredible shame, but I think we're now down to when, not if, with Alex Albon, because the results seem to be getting, if anything, worse rather than better. It was an absolutely terrible performance at the Nürburgring. Obviously, he got his podium in Mugello. A lot of that was down to attrition, and it was a race where if Max Verstappen didn't break, he probably might have even challenged for the win. And then you've obviously got Albon coming in third, which is still a great position for him. But in terms of where the Red Bull should be, is not really good enough, I don't think. So what do Red Bull do next? And I think, like I think so many people think, I think they need to sign Hulkenberg, because once again he's proved his capabilities. He's an incredible driver. How he managed to jump in that car, I know he's driven F1 cars obviously before, and he's driven that car this season, but considering he was, having his breakfast on the Saturday morning, and then gets jumped straight into qualifying on on the Saturday, and then obviously didn't qualify particularly well, but boy did he make up for that in the race. I mean, you can understand why he didn't qualify well, because he'd not driven the car particularly around the track, so you can understand his qualifying performance. But to get P8 from last, what an achievement that is. I mean, it just proves, and he proves time and time again that he is capable of putting cars in places that they should be. Not necessarily excelling in the car, but I think if he was in the Red Bull, I think that he would put it. I wouldn't expect him to beat Verstappen, but I'd expect him to put it on the second row of the grid, fourth place, finish behind Verstappen, maybe give Red Bull some strategy options with him being a little bit closer, because we've seen it can be done. Max can be kept up with. Daniel Ricciardo has done it before, and although towards the end of it, we started to see Max slightly increase his lead, but we're only talking a tenth, maybe 2 tenths, from time to time, and there was still times where Ricciardo was quicker than Verstappen as well. We don't ever see that with Gasly or Albon. I mean, they're not even close to them. So based on that, I think that Hulkenberg deserves an opportunity in that team, and I think that he could be the saviour for Red Bull in the 2021 season, and sort of cement their second place. But this brings me on to the reason why I think they are keeping on Albon, and that is what Helmut Marko said, is that it doesn't matter who they've got in the other car, they're still going to finish second in the championship. Max would probably finish second in the championship if he was the only car. If he was the only Red Bull, they'd still probably finish second in the championship with his performances. I mean, that might be slightly, but I don't think. Yeah, I think they probably would still on Max's points finish in second place anyway. So it kind of raises the question: why would they sort of rock the boat again to not really achieve anything else? If they're not going to win the championship, they're not going to come third, then what's the point in sort of changing it? But I think they need to look forward, to next season, and possibly mounting a title challenge against Mercedes. And I think that now is probably the time where they need to get their new driver, if they are going to have a new driver, which I think they should do, when they need to sort of get him up to speed for the title challenge for next year if they are going to try for that, which obviously they will. They're a racing team, so. But yeah, so I think Hulkenberg would be a great option for them. Obviously, Perez has been thrown about there as well, but I think it's pretty much locked on that he's going to be going for. He's going to have a Haas seat, I think, for next year. So we'll have to wait and see with that one. But yeah, it's a real shame for Albon because, like I said, he seems like an incredibly nice guy and everything like that. But unfortunately, his performances on track are just not good enough for the seat he's in at the minute. And I think that there's other people that potentially could do a better job. So that's my thoughts. I'd love to know yours. Let us know in the comments. If for some reason you liked the video, give it a like. And I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.